Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, May 9th, state that Willow Corinthos and Sasha Gilmore Corbin will clash, while Jen Sidwell attempts to make a deal with Sonny Corinthos. Lulu Spencer will also warn Danny Morgan, so let's talk about what's in store. Drew Kane will assert at Portia Robinson's office that they have only begun to touch the surface of what she is capable of. If Portia continues to act as if she has no control over Curtis Ashford and what he does at Aurora, Drew may reveal that he has even more dirt on her. Drew may exploit his knowledge of Portia's involvement in his drugging plot to escalate his threats in Friday's GH episode. In terms of threats, Jason Morgan will be concerned by Dante Falconeri's most recent one. Dante claimed Danny may be prosecuted with accessory to manslaughter, so Jason will ask him about it soon. Are you threatening to charge Danny with manslaughter? Jason asks Dante in Friday's preview video. Of course, Dante would struggle to make something so harsh stick now that Rocco Falconeri is alive and recovering from his alcohol poisoning ordeal. Plus, Danny didn't do much other than stroll out to play volleyball, so Dante is only continuing his exaggerated blame game. Rocco is the one who chose to drink himself into such a bad state, so perhaps Dante should stop coddling his kid instead of blaming everyone else accountable. Danny appears to be stopping by Lulu Spencer's apartment later to check on Rocco, so Lulu will want to clear things up with him. Lulu may give a lecture, but she is unlikely to be as harsh as Dante because she has been more tolerant of the issue. However, Lulu may urge Danny not to put Rocco in such a risky scenario again. Willow will see Sasha after discussing her Aurora coverage with Curtis, and maybe convincing him to back off Drew. Willow and Sasha are preparing for a heated encounter, so stay tuned for updates on the upcoming scenes. In the meantime, Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Harrison Chase will meet with Alexis Davis to seek legal guidance as they prepare to adopt. Back with Lulu, she'll question Ned Quartermain about her adoption tale, so she should get him to talk about his experience raising Leo Quartermain. Lulu may possibly be looking for information to back up her hypothesis that Giovanni Gio Palmieri is Brooke Lynn and Dante's son, but Ned is completely unaware that his daughter became pregnant as a teen. Tracy will face a few surprises in Friday's episode. Tracy will also ask Ned a mom or mob question, so he may feel compelled to choose. Finally, Sidwell will approach Sonny with a proposal that he believes will benefit both of them. Jordan Ashford will be there to assist Sidwell in selling this, but can Sonny ever trust him enough to reach an agreement? That probably hinges on Sidwell's ability to make this arrangement worthwhile, as promised. Sonny will undoubtedly have reservations about Sidwell's reputation and past offenses. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sidwell will tell Sonny what he is thinking and forecast that this will be a lovely collaboration, so don't miss Sonny's reply. Cameron Matheson and Maurice Bernard of General Hospital recently spoke on the State of Mind podcast, and Cameron revealed that after his Los Angeles home burned down, he and his previous wife, Vanessa, became closer. Is there anything good that can come from tragedy? The loss of the couple's home, where they had many memories, saddened their family. However, something excellent rose from the ashes. That doesn't mean the ABC star will reconcile with Vanessa. However, it will most likely provide great consolation to the children, Layla, 18, and Lucas, 21. During Sunday's podcast, Cameron told Maurice Bernard that he ended up staying with Vanessa after the house burned down. The All My Children alum later stated that the loss of their home brought us much closer together for sure. Speaking of the separation, the real-life Drew Kane also stated that they were first quite delighted. "We had a beautiful marriage for many years," he remarked slightly sadly. "They eventually separated because I wanted to kind of have my own space. Also, I'm sure she wanted to have her own space because we've been separated now for almost a year and a half." Cameron Matheson and Vanessa grow closer following home fire. The kids were upset. Lucas and Layla were devastated when Vanessa and Cameron Matheson split up because they had put their parents on a pedestal. The agony of a broken home does not go away overnight, but now that their parents appear to be closer together, things may look a little brighter. "We had a beautiful marriage for a long time," Cameron remarked. "Sometimes the kids would talk about it, but things happen, things change. We fell apart, breaking their hearts." Reliving the surreal loss, The actor playing Drew Kane spent a large portion of the podcast informing real-life Sonny Corinthos about his life's losses. The house fire seemed like the ultimate disaster. He described how shattered he felt as he stood outside his wrecked home, his life's memories literally in ashes beneath him. The GH star struggled to find the words, describing the moment as bizarre and jarring disconnect. Many people commented that they too had lost their homes. Others, however, found the family reunion to be meaningful. One fan said, "Great talk, Maurice. Praying for Cameron and his family." Another ABC fan commented, "Yes, really emotional and inspiring in terms of methods for increasing resilience. Thank you both for a nice interview. I'm sorry you and your family had to go through that, Cameron. Are you relieved to hear that, despite their sadness and loss, Vanessa and Cameron Matheson got closer than they were before? Please let us know in the comments section below. And check back regularly for the latest General Hospital cast news and updates. The drama in Port Charles never stops, and Friday, May 9th, promises another exciting episode of General Hospital. As emotions rise and alliances shift, viewers can expect huge confrontations, surprising disclosures, and high-stakes negotiations. One of the most anticipated storylines is the fierce rivalry between Willow Tate and Sasha Gilmore, as well as the risky arrangement between Cyrus Renault's associate, Sidwell, and Sonny Corinthos. Willow and Sasha's explosive showdown. Willow and Sasha have been on a collision path for weeks, and their rivalry reaches a climax in this episode. Willow, still reeling from the emotional drama surrounding her son, Wiley, has struggled to keep her cool. Meanwhile, Sasha, who has been struggling with her own personal problems, finds herself in direct conflict with Willow. The two women engage in a heated argument that leaves neither unscathed. Their quarrel originates from Wiley's custody predicament. Willow, who has been quite protective of Wiley, sees Sasha as a threat to his safety. Sasha, on the other hand, believes she has Wiley's best interests at heart and will not back down. Their dispute swiftly escalates, with harsh words and unpleasant truths exchanged back and forth. Michael Corinthos is caught in the middle, divided between supporting Willow and understanding Sasha's viewpoint. This showdown is about more than simply Wiley. It's about trust, loyalty, and how far both women are ready to go to safeguard what they care about. Willow's maternal instincts are on overdrive, and she will not let anyone, including Sasha, stand in her way. However, Sasha is determined to show that she is not the villain in this scenario. The emotional intensity of their dispute will have people wondering if there is any hope for reconciliation, or if this animosity will just worsen in the coming weeks. Sidwell's dangerous proposal to Sonny. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos faces a different type of threat, one that emerges from the shadows of his criminal background. Sidwell, a mysterious and deadly colleague of Cyrus Renault, approaches Sonny with a proposal that might change everything. Sidwell's deal is cloaked in mystery, but one thing is certain. It is an offer Sonny cannot easily turn down. Sonny has attempted to separate himself from the darker sides of his business, focusing instead on his family and respectable ventures. However, Sidwell's suggestion causes him to face the possibility that his past will never completely let him go. The parameters of the agreement are risky, and adopting them could put Sonny at odds with both his allies and his foes. However, rejecting it may have far more serious repercussions. Jason Morgan and Carly Corinthos are immediately suspicious of Sidwell's motivations. Jason, the loyal enforcer, warns Sonny that this could be a trap designed to weaken or eliminate him totally. Carly, always protective of Sonny, advises him to go before it's too late. But Sonny, the strategist, understands that sometimes the only way out is through. He begins to carefully consider his alternatives, knowing that one wrong move could have disastrous consequences. The anxiety around Sidwell's bargain is intense, and fans can anticipate numerous twists and turns as Sonny navigates this perilous game. Is Sidwell acting alone? Or is Cyrus controlling the situation from behind bars? And how does this affect Sonny's future in Port Charles? Other Port Charles developments. While Willow and Sasha's conflict and Sonny's perilous negotiations take center stage, other Port Charles residents are grappling with their own problems. Elizabeth Weber and Finn's growing relationship. Elizabeth Weber and Hamilton Finn's relationship continues to develop, but not without challenges. Finn's issues with his past resurface, generating tension between them. Elizabeth, who has experienced her own grief, tries to be compassionate, But she also recognizes that Finn must tackle his problems if they are to have a future together. Nina Reeves' secret weighs heavy. Nina Reeves is still harboring a huge secret, one that, if revealed, might devastate several lives. Her shame is becoming more difficult to conceal, and people closest to her are beginning to notice her unusual behavior. Will she come clean before someone else reveals the truth? Brooke Lynn's fight for independence. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine is determined to follow her own path, free of her family's influence. However, her goals have put her at odds with both Ned and Olivia, who are concerned that she is making reckless decisions. Final thoughts. Friday's episode of General Hospital is jam-packed with emotional encounters, risky bargains, and growing tensions. Willow and Sasha's battle over Wiley is a sad test of love and commitment, while Sunny's interactions with Sidwell could be fatal. With so much at risk, viewers will not want to miss a single moment of the drama. As always, General Hospital provides captivating storytelling that keeps fans on the edge of their seats and wanting more. Stay tuned to discover how these explosive tales play out and what they signify for Port Charles's future. Cameron Matheson and his wife, Vanessa Groh, have always shared admiration and love, but recent events have brought them closer together. The couple, who had been married for nearly 2 decades, had to endure a horrific ordeal when their home caught fire. The unanticipated fire not only jeopardized their property, but also served as a sharp reminder of life's fragility. Following the accident, the couple found strength in one another, which strengthened their commitment and deepened their emotional bond. The fire started late one evening and soon spread across their family home. Matheson later recounted the terrifying episode, detailing how the smoke alarms alerted them just in time to safely flee. Despite the panic and commotion, he and Groh kept calm and focused on keeping their children and dogs safe. The flames caused considerable damage, burning treasured possessions and forcing the family to relocate temporarily. However, despite the loss, Matheson and Groh discovered an unexpected silver lining. The tragedy brought them closer together in ways they hadn't expected. Matheson discussed the emotional impact of losing their home in post-incident interviews. He acknowledged that, while material belongings might be replaced, the sentimental value of certain items was irreparable. The fire destroyed family photos, antiques, and personal memories, leaving an insurmountable gap. However, he highlighted that the event had reinforced what was most important: their family's safety and the love they shared. Groh expressed same feelings, expressing relief that no one was hurt and recognizing how the tragedy had deepened their bond. The couple's capacity to rely on one another during such a tough moment says volumes about their relationship. Matheson, known for his television appearances and upbeat attitude, praised Groh for her strength and persistent support. He explained how she remained a pillar of strength, guiding him through the emotional toll of the fire, while simultaneously addressing the practical issues of rebuilding their life. Groh, a businesswoman and dedicated mother, combined her personal pain with the desire to keep their family grounded, demonstrating yet again why their marriage has lasted so long. Friends and co-workers of the couple were eager to give support following the fire. Many people reached out with encouraging notes, while others offered temporary lodging and necessities. The outpouring of kindness from their community emphasized the couple's influence on those around them. Matheson and Groh expressed heartfelt gratitude for the assistance they got, emphasizing how it restored their trust in mankind during a difficult time. As they began the process of rebuilding, the couple made a conscious decision to focus on the positives. Rather than dwelling on what was lost, they chose to see the fire as an opportunity for renewal. They discussed redesigning their home with a fresh perspective, incorporating elements that reflected their growth as a family. The experience also prompted them to reevaluate their priorities, leading to meaningful conversations about gratitude, resilience, and the importance of cherishing every moment together. The fire also brought their children, Lucas and Layla, closer to their parents. Matheson and Groh made sure to involve them in the recovery process, teaching them valuable lessons about perseverance and the power of family. The children, though shaken by the event, demonstrated remarkable maturity, supporting their parents and each other throughout the ordeal. Matheson often shared how proud he was of their strength, noting that their ability to adapt had been a source of inspiration for him and Groh. In the months that followed, the couple's relationship continued to flourish. They found new ways to connect, whether through shared goals for their rebuilt home, or simply by spending more quality time together. The fire had stripped away distractions, allowing them to appreciate the simple joys of being together. General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, May 8th, state that Jason Morgan and Dante Falconeri will clash, while Nina Reeves unleashes a furious outburst. Drew Kane will also make a pledge to Tracy Quartermaine, so this is what spectators may expect. In Portia Robinson's office, she will call someone and ask them to switch on the news. Portia may provide Nina with updates on Drew's efforts to mitigate the fallout from his recent controversy. Perhaps Drew will make a public announcement about pursuing the person who drugged him as part of a setup. Whatever the case, Nina will eventually rant to Curtis Ashford, wondering what it will take to finally get rid of Drew. Portia will question Willow Corinthos and try to figure out how much Drew has put together at this stage. Portia will undoubtedly be concerned that her involvement in Jacinda's ploy may come back to haunt her later. Drew will then make an unsettling vow to Tracy, informing her that the person responsible will be brought to justice. Tracy may suspect Drew believes she is responsible, but each viewers know she is innocent for once. Drew appears to believe Tracy and Portia conspired against him, but Nina devised the idea and coerced Portia into it. After Brad assists Drew with another step toward vengeance, it appears that Drew will keep his word on the arrangement and transfer $1 million. From there, Brad will make a decision that will transform his life. Brad may feel as if there is nothing left for him in Port Charles now that Lucas Jones has moved on to Marco Rios. Will Brad leave town now that he's $1 million richer? Of course, Brad may return to work for Selena Wu, but it's understandable that he'd make some predictions about a new beginning elsewhere. Regardless, Brad might make a huge resigning statement at Geach, since a puzzled Lucas will be wondering, what the hell just happened? Elizabeth Baldwin will interview Isaiah Gannon about what he's been hiding. Isaiah will not discuss Jordan Ashford's mission to assassinate Jen Sidwell, but he may indicate to Liz that his romance with the former deputy mayor isn't going well. Across town, Dante will square off with Jason over the bonfire incident that nearly killed Rocco Falconeri. Jason will learn of Danny Morgan's involvement in what happened, but Dante will say that he blames Jason more than Danny. Later, Dante will tell Sonny Corinthos about the horrible event, while Jason seeks out Danny to lecture him. Danny deserves to be punished for his behavior, thus Jason must be firm with him while yet showing him affection. General Hospital spoilers suggest Jason will have to negotiate this parental crisis without Sam McCall's assistance, which will be difficult for him. The tension in Port Charles had reached a fever pitch, and a confrontation between Jason Morgan and Dante Falconeri was unavoidable. The two guys, both strong-willed and fiercely protective of those they loved, faced off in the middle of the Metro Court Hotel lobby. Unspoken accusations hung in the air, the result of years of smoldering strife. Jason's steely gaze latched onto Dante's, and neither was willing to back down. "You've been pushing this for a long time," Jason remarked, his voice quiet but with a distinct edge. "But you don't know what you're getting into." Dante scoffed and crossed his arms. "I know exactly what I'm dealing with. You think you're untouchable, but the law doesn't care who you are." Jason's jaw constricted. The mention of the law was a sore point. Dante's status as a detective had always been a source of tension between them. Jason had spent years operating outside of the system, but Dante had committed his life to maintaining it. Their conflicting worldviews had resulted in several conflicts, but this time it was personal. "You're not here as a cop right now," Jason clarified. "This is between us." Dante's expression hardened. "It's always between us, isn't it? Because you can't stand the idea that someone might actually hold you accountable." Before Jason could react, a piercing voice broke through the tension. "Enough!" Nina Reeves stormed into the foyer, her normally calm attitude broken by raw passion. Her eyes burned with rage as she glanced at the two men. "I'm sick of this. Both of you, acting like this is some kind of macho standoff while the rest of us are left picking up the pieces." Dante glanced to her, his gaze softening slightly. "Nina, this doesn't concern you." "Like hell it doesn't," she exclaimed. "You think I don't see what's happening? You're both so caught up in your feud that you're ignoring the real damage being done." Jason remained mute, but his posture changed slightly, as if Nina's comments had touched a chord. Nina had always been a wild card, unpredictable and passionate, unwilling to remain silent when she believed injustice was being committed. "You don't understand," Dante continued, his voice softer. Nina gave a bitter laugh. Oh, I understand perfectly. You're so determined to prove something that you're willing to destroy everything in the process. She was looking at Jason. And you act like you're above it all, but you're just as guilty. The allegation hung in the air, weighty and unmistakable. For a moment no one spoke. Nina shook her head in frustration and rushed out, leaving the two guys startled. Drew Kane sat in the dimly lit study of the Quartermaine mansion, his mind preoccupied with recent occurrences. Tracy Quartermaine sat across from him, her piercing eyes full of concern and calculation. You've been quiet, she noted. That's never a good sign. Drew inhaled gently and leaned forward. I've been thinking about the future. About what comes next. Tracy lifted her eyebrow. And I've made a decision, he announced, his voice steely. I won't let what happened to me, to us, go unanswered. I owe it to myself, to my family, to make sure justice is served. Tracy's lips formed a slight smile. Justice can be a slippery thing, Drew. Are you sure you're prepared for what that means? Drew returned her look without hesitation. I've spent too long being manipulated, being used as a pawn. That ends now. Whatever it takes, I'm done playing by their rules. Tracy nodded slowly, with a gleam of approval in her eyes. Good. Because if you're serious about this, you'll need allies. And you'll need to be ready for war. Drew did not flinch. I'm ready. The pledge hung between them, a vow that would set off a sequence of events neither of them could completely anticipate. Back at the Metro Court, Jason and Dante remained locked in their confrontation, the weight of Nina's outburst still lingering. This isn't over, Dante stated finally. Jason did not answer immediately. Instead, he cast a glance toward the door where Nina had departed, his eyes flickering with something inscrutable. Then with a slow nod, he returned to Dante. No, he agrees. It's not. The battle lines had been formed, and as the sun sank over Port Charles, it was evident that the impending storm would not spare anyone. While daytime dramas previously dominated the airwaves, there are just 3 shows from the original batch of soaps on cable today, one of which is GH, while Days of Our Lives is now available exclusively on the streaming site Peacock. Beyond the Gates is a CBS soap opera that premiered in February 2025, the first since 1999, and appears to bring hope to the genre. Nonetheless, GH star Maurice Benard recently slammed ABC for their track record of canceling serial operas. Maurice Benard welcomed Cameron Matheson to State of Mind. Cameron Matheson, a fellow GHer, recently appeared on Benard's YouTube program State of Mind. While fans of General Hospital despise Matheson's character, Drew, the actor rose to prominence in daytime drama with his performance as Ryan Lavery on All My Children. Of course, Benard also played Nico Kelly on AMC. The performers enjoyed a pleasant talk, which eventually went to MC's demise. Benard stated that the ABC network made a huge mistake by dropping both AMC and One Life to Live. AMC's last ABC airing was in the fall of 2011, and OLTL's was in early 2012. Does Maurice Benard have a point? Benard went on to remark that the programming ABC replaced the soaps with were short-lived. He also said that at the time, the network underestimated the strength of a soap viewership. Benard also indicated that he feels ABC learned from their error. Matheson also discussed losing his home to the Los Angeles wildfire earlier in 2025, speaking openly about his painful loss on the program. The actor revealed that when his home burned down, he lost almost $2 million. However, the most difficult aspect of it all was losing precious belongings that cannot be replaced. General Hospital spoilers indicate that the next 3 weeks in Port Charles will be chaotic. Willow Corinthos' connection to Drew Kane will increase, and there will be lots of nurses' ball drama. Plus, Dante Falconeri spills a secret to Sonny Corinthos, so let's discuss about what fans may expect in the following 21 days. The week of May 5th to 9th. Cody Bell's heroic moment. General Hospital spoilers for the week of May 5th to 9th hint that Cody Bell will have a heroic moment. So may he save Rocco Falconeri? The child collapsed by the bonfire, so viewers should keep an eye on what occurs next. Furthermore, Lulu Spencer will be grateful for someone's actions, so there's a big probability Cody comes across Rocco at the bonfire college party and swings in for the save. It appears that Rocco will be fine after everything is said and done, But he and Danny Morgan will face some tough love as a result of their act, and hopefully, learn an important lesson. In any case, Danny will receive some tough love from Jason Morgan, and he may be grounded or face consequences. The week of May 5th to 9th. Giovanni Gio Palmieri's legal troubles. Across town, Giovanni Gio Palmieri appears to be an issue with the law, which could lead to some bonfire drama. Would this affect Joe's music studies at PCU? Lois Cerullo will be the first to defend him, but will she be able to help him avoid any charges? Speaking of Gio, Brooklyn Quartermain will receive confusing news. Therefore, there's a risk that this Gio issue may prompt Lois to make a mistake. She's told some serious lies about BLQ's adoption, so she needs to be very careful what she says. There's a big risk Lois will lose her cool during a conversation, which may cause her daughter to raise an eyebrow. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Jack's theft of Emma Scorpio Drake's flash drive improves her chances of landing the research assistant position in the coming week. However, she still has a long way to go before she can convince Professor Henry Hank Dalton to hire her. As the week progresses, Jack Brennan will brief Jocelyn and Vaughn on the WSB mission, so there may be an update on where the agency stands and what else needs to be done. The week of May 5th to 9th. Christina Corinthos Davis attempts to make peace. In other events, General Hospital spoilers for the week of May 5th to 9th indicate that Christina Corinthos Davis will try to make apologies with her mother, Alexis Davis. But will these two ladies reconcile? Furthermore, Dante will tell Sonny about Rocco's drunken beach catastrophe, implying that the mob leader will be there for his son during this difficult time. Brad Cooper will be making a huge life change at the hospital, so may he leave his work there? Nina Reeves will be shocked to learn that Willow has forgiven Drew. Fans should expect Willow to double down on her support for the congressman and their romance. With that said, GH watchers should ready themselves for a dramatic showdown between Willow and Sasha Gilmore Corbin in the coming days. What will these two quarrel over now? Fans must tune in to discover out. Interestingly, Lulu will ask Ned Quartermain, is she looking for further information concerning Brooklyn's adoption? Maybe a little, but this is most likely about Ned's adoption of Leo Quartermain for the tale she is working on, or so she will tell herself in BLQ if found. The week of May 12th to 16th, Lois Cerullo attempts to put out fires. According to General Hospital teasers for May 12th to 16th, Lois will scurry to put out fires while concealing Joe's parentage. Meanwhile, Kai Taylor will deal with the procedure and its repercussions. Will he be fine, or will he experience some paralysis? Whatever happens, Trina Robinson will be there to support him. Back with Nina, she and Portia Robinson may experience anxiety, as Drew investigates what happened after his previous incident. Drew believes he was drugged and suspects Tracy Quartermain, Nina and Portia, or someone from the hospital. The week of May 19th to 23rd, 2025 Nurses Ball Mayhem. Finally, the week of May 19th to 23rd will be dedicated to the 2025 Nurses Ball, so fans can expect plenty of red carpet fun, entertainment, and of course some drama. One amusing detail is that Cody and Molly Lansing Davis will be mistaken for a loving relationship, so fans may expect some discomfort and commotion along the road. Brad and Perry Shin's most recent appearance on General Hospital appears to be the last. We had a hunch it would come to this because Lucas appears to be blissfully moving on from his ex-partner Marco, and leaks this week revealed Brad making a life-changing decision. In the end, it appears like Portia overplayed her hand with the sometime lab tech. But that's only part of the story. We're guessing it's difficult to turn down $500,000. We suppose it was enough to persuade Brad not only to sell her out to Drew, but also to start a new life somewhere with far less drama than Port Charles. He appeared on today's program in a fancy new suit, told Lucas and Liz he was leaving, and went to HR to submit his resignation. But he didn't leave without leaving behind what we assume is a ticking time bomb. He gave Drew something before walking out into the sunset, and we believe it is going to blow apart Portia's life. Because Drew has said that he intends to destroy Portia and many others at the same time. He's thinking carefully about what to do with the information Brad provided. And Brad? He's probably dreaming of drinking drinks on an exotic beach. So goodbye, Brad. You might not have always made the finest choices, but you always kept us entertained. And honestly, we don't blame you for wanting to get out of Dodge before Drew's scheme comes to reality. We have a feeling it's going to turn even nasty than it already is. And the hospital could end up being ground zero for his revenge.